Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in today, and I've got a lot of information to cover with you in a very short period of time, so we're going to get right to it. And through my travels and speaking with a lot of you, I've learned a couple of things that are really important. Is a lot of you haven't really embraced how to invite people and what tools to really show people send-out cards. So I'm going to share with you a few things that I do that I think can help you get more effective results, and it's something that you can use in your business starting today. So the first thing you've got to recognize is that this is a 10 to 15 hour business in and around your life. So 10 to 15 hours a week on top of what you're already doing. The majority of that, let's say 10 hours a week, has got to be spent showing people send-out cards. So the first thing you've got to recognize is that you've got to schedule some real time for send-out cards. Now, some of send-out cards you can do without adding extra time to your schedule, but I think it's really important to schedule a couple of nights where you know from 7 to 9 or 8 to 10 is send-out cards time no matter what. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you want to fill that time. Now, how are we going to fill that time? Well, first off, we have to learn how to create a candidate list, an ongoing candidate list. So one of the things I want you to do is, if you're a computer person, I want you to get yourself an Excel spreadsheet. You want to keep your list in one place. If you're not as computer savvy, get yourself a nice journal or a really nice book, because this is where you're going to keep your list forever. Okay, because your list is an ongoing thing, and it's really the foundation of what allows you to build a real business. So we're going to help you expand on that list. So the first thing is have your list in one place. Really important. Secondly, I'd encourage you to make two lists. One list is just people from your past and people that are going to come into your future that you want to do a better job of keeping in touch with. The second list is people that you know, people that you like, and people that like you that you want to show send-out cards to right away. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, one is everybody on both lists. You need to send everybody a card. I notice there's several people that just aren't making the time to send people cards. In fact, most of the recruiting I do is simply from touching people, never pitching them on a business, but just touching them on a personal level several times over the course of the year. And after they get card 2, card 3, card 4, and it's all personal, and I'm giving to give, not giving to get, people appreciate that, and they become a lot more interested in what I'm doing. So here are some ideas to help you to add to your list on an ongoing basis. One is use the memory jogger in the basic training book. Okay, if you haven't gone through that, it's really important that you do, and that's why it's in the book. And it's funny, most of you probably haven't done that, so use the memory jogger. Number two, if you've got a phone, you've probably got a bunch of contacts in there that you haven't even thought to write on your list. Facebook. Facebook's a great way to connect with a lot of different people. You can add people from there to your list. Places you go, things you do, living your life on purpose. You know, if you're living your life on purpose, you're going to connect with all kinds of new people in your life and from your past. Business cards. If you live in a smaller city or community, there's lots of people that post business cards at convenience stores or on billboards. It's good to pick up those cards. The reason why they're putting them cards there is hopefully someone's going to call them, right? So you can start building relationships with people that way. If you have an Outlook or Entourage or LinkedIn or Plaxo account or any of these different types of things, wherever you keep your email contacts, you probably got a bunch of contacts in there that you've forgotten about as well. And then remember, every new marketing distributor has hundreds of contacts. So it's important to help them work through their list. So that's a short list for anyone that needs to expand the candidate list. So what do you do once you have a list? You've got that list of people that you want to show send-out cards to, people that you like and people that like you, and or people that are open to looking. Here's the simple script I use. Now, before I tell you the script, we talk about show. How do I show send-out cards? I show send-out cards by showing people the product. I lead with the product always. And how do I do that is I either schedule an online meeting, and I use a tool called join.me. It's a free tool where I can share my screen. So most of what I do is here from home. They can be at their office, they can be at their home, so it doesn't inconvenience me nor them. And I can share share send-out cards back in my back office in 15 or 20 minutes. I can show them the whole thing, and you know, they're sold on it once I show them how to, the contact management tool. I show them the importance of birthdays and anniversaries, how it's allow you never going to forget. Once I show them how to create a card and a video card and a campaign, they're done. Okay, so I use join.me and I share my screen mostly to show people send out cards. And if I'm showing the business, then I can get into the comp plan worksheet and walk them through the compensation side of what we do as well. Or I can meet somebody live, face to face, and do the same thing with my laptop and show it to them. So either way, there's two ways that you can really show people. And the best way, I think, the 3-minute video is great to show the product, but I don't think it's enough to really show somebody all the value they can get from using send-out cards starting today. So one is decide which mediums are best for you. Maybe you use a combination of both, whatever's most convenient for you and your guest or whoever you're showing send-out cards to. The next thing is, how do I invite them? Now I've got to fill up that 10 to 15 hours a week of time that I book to show people send-out cards. And here's simply what I say. I say, hey, I've got something I want to show you. When are you free? That's all I do. I've got something I want to show you. When are you free? Hey, Sally, I've got something I want to show you. When are you free? Hey, Tom, I've got something I want to show you. When are you free? And I just fill up my calendar. Now, some of those people are going to come back. Not often, but most people are going to be like, hey, well, what's it all about? And that's when I can say it's visual, it's like a puzzle, and that's why we're scheduling a time for me to show it to you, because you absolutely need to see it. And if they ask me again, come on, Ivan, tell me more, what is it really? I tell them the same thing. It's visual, it's like a puzzle, and that's why I want to schedule this time to show it to you. It's really important. So I never talk about send-out cards unless I'm showing it to somebody. I have a lot of people tell me, well, Ivan, I talk to a lot of people. That's the problem. Don't talk to a lot of people unless you're pointing at a tool, unless you're showing them some sort of tool that they can look at. Now, we've got several tools. We've got webinars, we've got websites, we've got the magazine, the Ascend magazine, we've got all these, we've got live events, we've got all these tools. But for me, as a first exposure, I want them to understand what send-out cards is and how it can bring value to their life. If they're a business owner, typically I'm just showing them the product unless I know they're open to looking at a business. And it's the same thing. Hey, I've got something I want to show you that can bring value to your business. When are you free? Okay? That's a really simple script. The other thing that you can do is hold a prompting party where you're inviting some folks over to your home or your office, and you're showing a group of people that you like and that like you send out cards. And these prompting parties are incredibly valuable, especially if you're brand new to the business, to help you kick off your business quickly. Then when you have prospects that are seriously interested in send-out cards, get them on the phone with a third-party expert, somebody other than you, to help answer their questions and help share their story. And how do we do that? Say, hey, listen, those are some great questions you've got. I want to introduce you to my business partner. I'd love for you to hear their story, and they can help answer some of those questions. Set up a time and make that happen. So that's all I wanted to share with you today, is to give you some building blocks. One, get your list in one place. Two, how we actually show people send-out cards and how we invite people to send out cards. Three, just fill your calendar. If you'll do that week in and week out, there's no doubt that you're going to build a massive organization inside of send-out cards, and then simply build to the next local event, the next major event, and down the road we go. So hope you got some value from today's show. I think this is really important. I encourage you to push this through your team, because I know there's a bunch of people stuck there, and we are seeing record growth right now. So I encourage you to embrace some of these ideas. And if you're already having great results using some of the other scripts and ideas that you've got, keep doing what you're doing. If you're not, maybe this is something that can help you out. So, ladies and gentlemen, good talking to you, and we'll talk to you all very soon. Bye-bye.